It is official. Manchester United and Ole have come to their official agreement. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gets a new deal and a new contract at Manchester United Football Club that will keep him here and in Manchester until at least 2024. This, of course, was brought to us exclusively by Dean Jones back on the 2nd of July, where he spoke very much about this deal being handed to Ole in pre-season. We knew this was coming. We knew they were waiting for the right time to release it. It would have probably been announced after the Europa League final if indeed this had gone through, if indeed Man United had won. But of course, after the terrible feeling amongst Manchester United fans and supporters in general after that game, it was delayed. The Sancho news comes out the next day when the feel-good factor is higher. Ole's new deal is announced. I want your thoughts and I want your feelings on this deal coming to fruition today. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to be remaining at Manchester United for the next 3 years unless things go catastrophically wrong for him. Who's shocked and surprised by this? So that would be the question that I would put out. I'm going to read the club statement here. It says that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has signed a new contract at Man United that will see him at the club into at least 2024 with an option for a further year on top. We'll share this on the screen for you as well, with a further option on top. Woodward said, Ole and his staff have worked tirelessly, putting the foundations in place for a long-term success on the pitch. The results of that have been increasingly visible over the past 2 seasons, and we are looking forward to seeing this exciting team develop further in the years ahead. What is especially pleasing is the way this progress has been achieved with a blend of young, homegrown talent and world-class, top-class recruits. Playing attacking football in the best traditions of Manchester United, we are more confident than ever that under Ole's leadership, we are heading in the right direction. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said, everyone knows the feeling that I have for this club, and I am delighted to have signed this new contract. It is an exciting time for Manchester United. We have built a squad with a good balance of youth and experienced players that are hungry for success. I have a fantastic coaching team around me, and we are ready for the next step on our journey. Manchester United want to be winning the biggest and the best trophies, and that is all we are striving for. We have improved both on and off the pitch, and will continue to over the coming seasons. I cannot wait to get in front of a packed Old Trafford and get this campaign started. They are the direct words there from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And I know that there's going to be a lot of frustration to this. I know there's going to be a lot of anger from Manchester United fans. Everybody knows my take on giving Ole a new deal, at this moment in time. I don't necessarily think it's the right thing to have done. But from my point of view, I'm willing to see how this pans out. I truly am. I think there's this part of me that doesn't rate Ole high enough. But there's also this element of me that thinks, okay, well, we've seen the recruitment improve over the course of the last 18 months. We've seen the way we've done business this summer improve. New coaches in staff. There's this want now to develop into a 4-3-3 system from a 4-2-3-1. These are a lot of the things that we've been asking for and demanding as a football club. And we've started to see the fruits of this labor. When you listen to a lot of people that are in the know, a lot of this has been driven and consulted by Ole in terms of getting this build in place. And although there is this big part of me that feels maybe, just maybe, we need to look at a better manager, there is also this element of me that sits there and says, that treads carefully, that there's a bit of trepidation around that opinion, that maybe, just maybe, we need to hold our horses slightly. Maybe, just maybe, we need to wait for the structures that are being built internally to be put into action. Because there is no successful team on this planet that isn't a well-run club. A well-run club will always make mistakes. A well-run club could always recruit wrong. A well-run club could always make mistakes in these areas. But at no point do I think a badly run club wins major trophies. Never seen it happen before. You'll never see it happen in any other walk of life. So why should we treat this any differently? I want to do some comments here saying great news for rival fans. RIP Sancho's being said. A lot of laughing emojis here from a lot of rivals at Manchester United fans. But Sharek here with some context says this 3-year deal means nothing, in my opinion. We gave Mourinho the same. He failed. He got sacked. It will be the same for Ole, especially now. And that's also very, very important for people to point out. If Ole doesn't deliver in the way that fans want this year, and I'm talking reasonable fans, challenging for the title, picking up a trophy, they will move him on. But at the same time, there is a bit of stability being given out. There is an element of, you know what, though? You've gotten us to where we expect you to get us at this point. Maybe without a trophy is the only blotch really on the piece. You've said you're going to go more attacking. We're giving you these players. You know, interestingly, we're giving Ole, the club are giving Ole this summer, it appears to be everything we demanded that they gave LVG and Jose Mourinho. There's going to be no excuses for Ole going into the season. He's got the new deal, so there's continuity. They've got the backing. They've got him Sancho. Varane is going to be coming in. We're looking at a midfield option for him as well. The squad is strong. The squad is getting deeper and deeper. Is it perfect at this moment in time? No, but whose squad is right now? Nobody's. Ole needs to deliver something tangible this year. Trophy. We need to be in this title race. And we need to, I wouldn't necessarily say go deep into the Champions League. I want us to, but I want us to be competitive. I want us to look like a team that could do bits in that tournament. That's my thoughts and feelings on that. I'm going to go to your calls around this new deal, though. Someone here said, you're happy with this deal. I didn't say I was happy with the deal. I said that I'm happy there's no more excuses for Ole. I'm happy now, and that's why I want this transfer window to look good. The debate of Ole in and Ole out has been had and done 1,000 times. We know everybody's stance. We know everybody's wants from him. Let's just see what happens now and then review that. We don't need to debate it so much anymore, in my view. But equally, like Sharek said, if it goes wrong for him, they'll sack him. It will cost us a little bit more in compensation. But there we go. It's done. It's over the line. If you want to phone up and have your say, the link to call in is on the comments section. The Shane says, facts. Imagine saying a man that hasn't scored against the worst Arsenal team in 2 years is better. Listen, it is what it is. I view it this way when it comes to managers and teams. You have to look at them over a 4 or 5 year period. I think looking over a team at 1 or 2 years is wrong. When you're comparing two managers against one another, league positions count, trophies count, but you have to view a body of work. You know, I understand why a lot of people would say Arteta is better than Ole. In their head-to-heads, Arteta's had the better of him, and he's won a trophy. But if by the end of the season, United finish second and 2 points behind the top, get to a Champions League semi-final, win 2 domestic trophies, and Arsenal finish 7th, then there is no debate. You look at a 3 year period, and Ole wins that conversation. And look, whether you like him or loathe him, it's certainly going to make for great conversation going into the new season. Make sure you smash that like button for us right now. A lot of people asking, am I happy? Not particularly. I'm not jumping for joy he's got a new deal. If we announced today that it was going to be his last season and Zidane was coming in next summer, would I be happier? Yes. Am I crying about it? No, because I fully expected it to happen. But we're going to go to some calls now. First on the show today, man like Pav is with us. Pav, Ollie's got his new deal. Give me your thoughts.
Mate, I'm neither happy or angry. I'm okay with it. We kind of all knew that it was coming. For me, I'm laughing at all the people who sit there abusing him on a daily basis. No, we know he's not going to be the manager who's going to win us loads of trophies and whatnot. But there's world-class players who are willing to come to this club and play under him. Yet you've got people for the past, 6 months or whatever, who have sat there on social media abusing the guy, calling him every name under the sun, even to a point where they've supposedly joked around making death threats to him and getting away with it. And this is a slap in the face to all of them. Get them people a box of tissues. Going forward, look, if it doesn't win trophies, we know for a fact the club can just come out and say, look, you've done your best, but it's not working. We need to win something with this group of players. We're going to look at another manager. It's not a fact. It's not a certain just because he signed a contract he's going to be here all the way till the end of that contract. Like you just said, if worst comes to worst and we don't win, we're losing, the win percentage is not good enough.
Oh, signal's
Personally,
awful.
my option would be to Dan.
Yeah, so your signal cut out a little bit there, mate. Look, I'm a bit like you. I'm neither happy nor sad. Maybe because I already knew this was coming. We knew this was on its way. We knew this was going to be the case. It just is what it is. For me, it ends the debate. But I know what's going to be happening now, though. I just feel that if we improve, Ollie's still going to be given no credit. It's all about the players. If we do badly, it won't be about the players. It'll be about the manager. I just want people to be consistent in terms of what they think and feel. But Pav, thanks for calling in, mate, and having your say. Really appreciate
No
that.
worries, man.
Thank you. Next on the show today, we're going to go to Tommy. Tommy, welcome back to the Terrace. What do you want to say?
Hello, you all right, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. What's your thoughts on Ollie's new deal being announced?
If I'm being honest, mate, I just don't get United fans at the minute. Because, this is what I sort of get with the owners and that, because I just feel like your expectations are in the gutter. And I don't blame you guys, honestly. I don't blame you. But I just don't get it with Ollie. I think I just don't get it with him. I don't think he's improved massively since. I think he's done well because everyone thought he was doing bad. But I just don't. The only thing I don't like with this is when, I think it's on both sides when people slate him and say he's not good and they get absolutely pelters. And it's like, how do you expect people to say he's good when he's been a manager for 12, 13 years and he hasn't really done anything in his career? He's been relegated. Let's be honest, if he wasn't a Man United legend, everyone would be on his neck. Do you know what I mean? And that's that. You know what I mean? That's fair enough. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I even say, I said he's done well, but what? But has United done well? Not really. If you and that's not unfair on Ollie. Man United are the biggest club in the world. Let's be honest. And so if people say he's not good enough for the job, that's no disrespect to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, listen, I you know me, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, I know
that notion from people. I get frustrated though at people not looking at the overall element here that's at play. So there's doing well on the pitch, and there's this rebuild. Now people don't like people switch off and they almost curl up when you say rebuild because they're like, what?
Yeah, so I do as well, mate. Honestly, I just think it's a.
But I can give you an example of that, Tommy. You're a West Ham fan, right?
Yeah, of course I am. Yeah.
Your club has been run like shit by Golden Sullivan, hasn't it?
Yeah, and we still are. Yeah, and we still are.
That's the point. So no matter who you buy or who your manager is, there is still this sense of we're not run well. We're not run to improve. We're run. You've been running away looking for a billionaire owner to buy it often so they can make profit off you.
Yeah, that's why I'm happy with Moyes. Of like you can have like short-term success sort of thing.
Moyes steadying the ship, but as a club, you're not moving forward. You're not progressing as a club. How we saw Tottenham do like a few years back, right? I know they had a little bit of a dip, but Tottenham they started dying with the big boys. You're not moving forward like Leicester, are you?
No chance.
Because your structure isn't built for that. And this is the point I would say to people. One good year under David Moyes doesn't suddenly make you all love the way that Golden Sullivan have run your club, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's like we ain't made a signing yet.
Exactly. So that's the exact way that the majority of Man United fans in the middle look at the Glazer, Woodward, Ollie situation as it stands right now.
See, I sort of get angry with the Man United fans and the Glazers.
I know you're talking. Let me just finish my
point. No, go on, mate. Go on. Sorry.
As a Man United fan, if we weren't making all these changes behind the scenes to try and future-proof the next 10 years, but we'd won a trophy or two. So if we were just buying willy-nilly and we'd won a couple of FA Cups in the last few years, but there wasn't a plan beyond Ollie being here, I would be less happy than I am now. Equally, I still want the trophies. I want what we're building and trophies at the same time. That's the standards that I have. And I think people often kind of miss the point around, rebuild. Everyone talk about the rebuild. What does it actually mean? It means building a system and a structure that will see us continuously be successful. And even when you appoint a bad manager or you have a bad season, you can bounce back with speed in the way that you see a Bayern Munich do, in the way that we've seen Chelsea do, in the way that we've seen Man City be run in recent years. Even when they have a bad season, like 2 years ago when Liverpool ran away with the league, they bounced back last year and were excellent again and they win it. Why? Because the structure at the football club is correct. Now, like I've said, I don't think Ollie's good enough to win us a league title. But I also trust less than that. What I'm more sure of is that the Glazers don't run this club well enough. And my biggest fear about Ollie leaving is that the rebuild that we're doing gets the rug pulled from under its feet. A new manager comes in and we go in a brand new direction again. I want to see Ollie help get this cemented. Woodward moves on. We see maybe the fruits of some of this labor, and the Glazers make a conscientious decision to stick with whatever it is we're doing behind the scenes because it feels and looks different. And then we bring in a better manager who on the football pitch gets this whole thing to come together. That way, you've got great football, a very good manager, but behind the scenes, the most important part of a football club is for it to be structured and run well. When you have those two things together, it's brilliant. So like Pav said, I'm neither really happy with this or sad about this because there's a bigger situation at play and it's the club being run correctly behind the scenes. I saw someone say the other day, the Glazers are not the problem at Man United. It's been the recruitment team because we've spent £1 billion on so many of the wrong players. And it made me laugh because I thought, who fucking hired the recruitment team? Who sanctioned the payments? And who kept them in power after they got it wrong 3 or 4 years on the bounce? It is the Glazers. That's the most important bit for us to focus on. Tommy, great call, mate. Thank you for coming. You'll say top man. And that's the point I would say. I'm not overjoyed that Ollie has signed this new deal. Not in any way, shape, or form. But, and I stand by this, but it isn't the biggest issue at the club. Us being run well is. And when that's cemented, then I'll fully get on an out of a manager train and let's bring in a better coach. Because until the club's run right, swapping managers is never going to improve us in the medium to long term. And any football fan who doesn't think about their club in the medium to long term doesn't love their football club. And I'll say that with chest. You are looking for instant glory and not the long-term success of your football club. You are not a supporter. You use the club as a fashion accessory because it gives you a better social status. You support Man United. Oh, wow. Nah, not for me. Dan here says the club's made nothing but progression since Ollie joined. People slate him, but he's made huge changes on and off the pitch. Let's now build with him. Let's get our targets in and back him. We will be successful. Is what Daniel Watson believes with his super chat there. CJ says, unlike Mourinho's contract extension, the ball didn't back him, but now after getting Sancho, this looks more promising. Do you know what's interesting? Again, people often look at the Jose situation and look at Jose's peak versus Ollie's peak. And you're right. Peak-wise, Jose's was higher. He won 2 trophies. Plus the FA Cup final. However, unless someone gives you a decade of amazing success, unless they do a Pep, unless they do what I think Klopp's going to leave at Liverpool, a few league titles, Champions Leagues, maybe some domestic trophies. The peak isn't the important thing when you look at Jose and LVG and David Moyes and Ollie. It's how you leave the club. How you leave the club is how I judge a manager. Jose Mourinho, not all of it his fault. 25-30% of it his fault. The rest of it the club's. It was a mess when Ollie took over. I believe if my beliefs come true at the end of the season and Ollie leaves because he just doesn't get us to where we should be as a football club, I believe he leaves us in a better position for the next manager to take over from. So that's why I believe Ollie's run as manager has been better for the football club. For the fans and for joy, yes, winning 2 trophies, of course, was amazing under Jose Mourinho. But if Ollie leaves at the end of next year, would you rather it be with us having progressed and become a better team on and off the pitch, more harmony, structure in the transfer policy, structure in the recruitment, climbing the table and harmony? Or would you rather him won the Europa League last year and the FA Cup the year before that, but leave in turmoil with half the squad wanting to leave? Wage bill bloated, not going in the right direction, not knowing who we can and can't recruit. Which of those two I honestly want to know now, which of the two would you prefer? Because I would pick Ollie's situation now over where we ended up with Jose Mourinho. And that's an easier decision to make because hindsight's lucrative. We know what ended up going on with him. But for Ollie to continue as manager beyond this season, don't get this twisted because you're like, Terry's defending Ollie. No, you weak little children. He needs to win something this year. Cast iron needs to win something. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. Lengon Sweet here says, Terry, are Man City the biggest Premier League club currently? You are the best run and the best Premier League club currently. You are not the biggest. Biggest and best are separate debates. Same as football players. Who the best player was versus who the greatest is a different. R9 at his best is in the conversation with Messi's and Cristiano Ronaldo's. Greatness, those two shit on him. With what they've won, how many goals they've scored, the longevity, they have a greater career than R9 had, in my opinion. Same as best and biggest when it comes to football club. Arsenal Football Club have just come 8th and 9th and 10th, whatever, in the last couple of years. But they're still the third biggest football club in the country. In most people's eyes. They're definitely in the top 4 or 5. So I think we have to look at those few things there. Next on the show, KJ's here with me. Noises, KJ.
Sorry, I was not paying attention. If you
I hadn't chatting to a lady.
no, just listen to my friend's voice note.
KJ, what you saying, bro? What you saying?
Oh man, can you please erase that from the recording?
I didn't actually hear anything, just heard the tone. Ollie's new deal, mate. What you saying, bro?
On his new deals, yes. So it is time to see where Man United are going now. Obviously, we knew about this. We knew about this like ages ago. We knew this was coming, and so I know a lot of people are still annoyed and angry that it's happened. But again, I don't think we should be because we knew it was happening. It's not like it's come out right out of the blue. But with everything that's happened at Man United, with everything that's happening in this transfer window, it's one of those things where I'm like, right, do I think Ole is good enough to win us the Premier League? No. Would I have given him this 3-year extension that he's given? No, I would have given him a 1+1, so basically a 2-year extension to see what happens. But it's happened now. And now it's time to really see what Ole is about, what Manchester United is about. Can we turn progression into completion? Can we get from the place that we was when Jose just left and Ole first came in, and doing all this rebuilding, restructuring, new positions made, new players coming in, new philosophy, new ethos within the football club? Can that actually bear fruit that you want it to bear? That's where this is right now. And I would implore all Man United fans, if you're Ole in or Ole out, we need to just keep our level head and just move forward. There will be points in this season coming up where some people will be like, see, it was the right choice. Ole's the guy. Ole's going to make us win X, Y, Z. There will be points in the season where people are like, why on earth did we give him the contract? This is just a fraud. This is a sham. Nothing's happening. We need to get rid of him. We legit need to just keep our heads, focus on Man United being the best football team that we can be, and stop caring about who the manager is to a degree. Like, some people, I believe, would rather lose the Premier League than see Ole win us the Premier League. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no, I totally agree. I totally agree. And as I've already said, and I will reiterate again as we come towards the end, that I agree with Pav. I'm neither happy or sad. I'm just content that this has come out. We knew it was going to happen. I think Neeks called it months ago, where he said, but they'll still sack him if he falls outside the top 4 and doesn't win and doesn't start to win trophies. They will, because there comes a point where the level of investment is where it is. But there's something that Ed Woodward pulled on, and I don't listen to a lot of what he says with much sort of attention, but it's the growth on and off the pitch. Now, some people will say, I'm not happy with what we're doing on the pitch, and that's fine. You're allowed that preference. What we cannot ignore is the operational elements behind the scenes. If you've listened to Carl Anker as an example speak about this, and you listen to the interesting thing is with a lot of Man United fans that don't want to hear these things, and you've seen this where you've sent links to people say, watch this and learn about what Ole's helped us develop behind the scenes. Their response has literally been, I don't want to listen to that, because they don't want to see the good things. My view is this: whether Ole stays beyond the end of this forthcoming season or not, he will leave us in a much better position than Moyes, LVG, and Jose left us. Not necessarily because of how he's got us playing on the pitch, but with the squad that he has built, the player power that he's eradicated from that was starting to take over, the recruitment system that's now in place, and the way we're operating as a club where winning football matches and winning trophies is becoming more and more important to the way that we're moving forward. I think he leaves that as almost his miniature passing legacy for a better manager to then come in and just pick up the mantle and move forward. So there isn't a rebuild. Every single new manager that's come in, rebuilds and cultural changes, and so much upheaval has had to happen because of the way we've operated. And I just want to see, I think Ollie's going to help create a world for us where whoever comes in next, I'm just going to throw Poch's name out there as an example. Whether it's Poch, whether it's whoever, doesn't matter, Zidane that comes in, it will be a case of picking up the squad that's in place, understanding how and what we recruit, adding a 10% smidgen of themselves to the operation, but then working for Manchester United. And they will come in as a head coach of the football club, and they will coach the team the club is building. We sign players for the club. We sign players because we want them. We don't sign Varane and Sancho directly for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We sign them for Manchester United Football Club. So irrespective, we progress moving forward. That's what we need to aim for here as a football club, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, it's just like I've seen in the comments, oh, KJ's Ollie in, oh, you're flip-flop, I'm like, my stance has always been the same. If I don't believe Ollie can win us the Premier League or Champions League, I don't. If that makes me Ollie out, then to you, I'm Ollie out. But I also I'm willing to give him the chance to show that he can do those things, and I'll be fair with him where I can, and not just be so like, Ollie's the worst thing that's ever happened to United. I'm not going to be like that. So if that makes me Ollie in, I'm Ollie in. I'm legit. I do not care that Ollie the man is the one to bring success if he brings a success. Like, no. I just want Man United to go back to what we used to be, which is winning the league, winning Champions Leagues.
Absolutely. There's a comment here that says, Terry, but in Woodward's statement, he also said we play traditional attacking football. That is so wrong. We play so bad under Ollie. And of course, like I've said, not everything Woodward said in his statement, I go, yeah, I totally agree with that. But what's he going to say? He's not going to slag off the way Ollie plays football. Maybe he could have left it out. Who knows? But do you know where the debate comes in? And you're someone that believes we play badly. I don't think the football is as ugly, as unattractive, as bad as some people do because it's a preference thing. But we're getting the players that Ollie needs. Let's see what like last year, a lot of people moaned about, for instance, as an example, how we couldn't break down lots of low block teams. Some say it's system, some say it's player. Well, let's see how one of the best creators does under Ollie's system in now. What I think you'll find, though, and this is what I want to say, my bro, if we start scoring more goals, breaking down more teams, being more dominant against the top six like we ask for, this is my problem with the debate. I could guarantee you that 80% of Ollie outers that you know will not say, they're all saying now they want to see those improvements. My belief is, as a neutral to Ollie inners and Ollie outers, they will say, but it isn't Ollie's system. It's the individual players that have made it work. So that's why it's hard for me to trust someone's opinion, because I know they're going to move the goalpost if and when those things get achieved. So it's a very difficult one for me. That's why when someone gives me their preference, in life now, when people talk preference, I tend to switch off, because you're not like, someone will say, the best singer ever was Prince. Oh, I think Michael Jackson was. Or what makes Michael Jackson better? Well, I prefer it, but actually he sold like 5 times as many records. That don't mean anything. Yeah, the better. It's like, well, what we basing this?
I said, like, if you still think Prince is the best, then let's calm. Sorry, I need to address this, because I have been on some good vibes this morning, and man, them are trying to bring it down. Listen, Mr. Franklin, you say that my stance changes when United sign players. All of a sudden, you stop with Glazers out. No, I have something stop with Glazers out, because if you follow me on Twitter and if you watched the video yesterday, I still said Glazers out, Terry, didn't I, bro? I still accosted them, bro. So I don't see, clearly, Mr. Franklin, you're here and you either don't watch the show, or you're just trying to bring down some bad vibes because we just signed Jadon Sancho, bro. Like, that's what it is. Like, I know my stance.
And on top of that, my Glazer out thing stays. What have I even said about today's news? Ollie getting a new deal on that, it's like, it's same as the Ollie in out debate to me. It's there, it's fine. I'm focused on, are we going to keep operating in the improved ways that we've seen over the last 18 to 24 months? That is what I care more about. Who the manager is secondary to how we're run, because no one has been able to do this yet. And I keep asking for all the fucking debates that are going on the internet. I've been demanding this. $5,000 for the person that can come on and show me this. Show me the club that is run poorly that has continual success, regardless who the manager is. Show me. And I'm not saying, oh, look, Barca are run poorly because they signed this bad player in 2008, but they won the Champions League the next year. That's a mistake within a well-run system. Irony is, look at Barcelona's falling away over the last few years. Why has that happened? Because they've been run poorly in the last few years. When Barca were at their peak, did you have Barcagate happening? Did you have execs being arrested? Did you have counts of fraud being put against people when they were at their best? No, because they were being run well. At the end of the day, the club being run well should be your focus. And once we know that's where it is, then my attention becomes more towards the management of the football club. Mike, I care about it but it's a small cog. If we run well, then the manager not working is the biggest problem. Until you fix what's behind the manager's never going to be the overarching problem at the football club. Never in a million years. Anyone can come on here and debunk that thoroughly. £5,000 cash in your back pocket. I'll transfer it to you live on the air. We'll get the pings up. Come and show me the clubs that are run poorly consistently, that win consistently. Doesn't ever happen.
iTest is here. iTest is here in the comments. You're sending him a link, Terry. I'm very intrigued to see.
In the comment section. The link's always in the comment section if you want to call in and have your say. iTest will be the last caller if and when it happens. So as I've said, Ollie getting a new deal, there is a part of me that's like, for fuck's sake, I want a better manager. There's another part of me that's like, okay, I think we might still need him to help guide this rebuild that's going on. You know, Ollie outers hate the idea of the rebuild. Ollie inners love the rebuild a bit too much. They don't want any success at the same time. I heard a really loud noise. It's an aeroplane. It's like, for me, it's that case of there is an in-between here that is the bang-on right thing to be done. iTest says, I can't believe we did this. I don't know why you can't believe it.
Why can't you believe it? We got told this in March. It's been flipping months. Like, we knew this was coming.
We got told it in March, and then Dean Jones confirmed it to the world on the 2nd of July. Flowers to Dean Jones for calling exactly when this was going to happen as well. It is what it is. We knew this was coming, iTest. So that's the reason why I don't think I'm sad or happy today, because I knew this was an inevitability, and I got my mind around it. But this is my view. If you're an Ollie outer, this is music to your ears. It's music. You're all. This is, listen, iTest, I love you, bro, but you're key stage one. Him getting a new deal, Varane coming, Sancho here. This is the best thing for your argument. Now there is no excuse. Now there is no excuse. Now there is no excuse. Now there is no excuse.
Yeah, Terry. No, I wouldn't be surprised, if tomorrow or Monday we hear that the Varane deal is going through and we've secured like the fee and everything's all good. Because when we said the Ollie news will be sandwiched in the slipstream, you know what I'm saying? It's Jadon Sancho's just signed. Everyone's buzzing about that. That got announced. Ollie's just signed a new contract, and then to fight back against the whole negativity towards Ollie, because they know it's there. They will then be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, guys, look, we're about to sign Varane. We've agreed a deal, agreed a fee. I am expecting the Varane deal to get sorted real soon." And listen, you're right. There is no excuse for Ollie now. There is no, but he doesn't have a centre back. He doesn't have a right wing. Look at the structure of the. There isn't that, because he's helped reshape the structure. You know what I'm saying? Like, he himself has helped reshape the structure. So if the structure does not work, and if he cannot get the best out of the squad that he's been given, then he's gone. Like, he is gone. There's only so long I think these pagans will allow this to happen. You know what I mean? Like, he will be gone if he cannot deliver.
110, and rightfully so again. And this is where I don't disagree with the Ollie outers in relation to this. Alanda says, Terry, how long do you now give Ole? It's contextual, but this season, generally, like if we finish 1 point off the top of the title, lose a Champions League final, do okay in the domestic trophies, but the football improves as well, then I would keep him beyond that because you're right on the edge of winning. Some will say, nah, bottled it still, shouldn't have him. But let's look at the context. If he finishes 10 points off the top, no domestic trophies, and we go out in the last 16 of the Champions League, he categorically has to be moved on. Because he just will. He just will, because we've started to see a lot of improvements elsewhere. So that's my point. But you know what? If he comes second in the league, 5 points off the top, Champions League semi-final, and wins the FA Cup and the League Cup, then he definitely stays. Like, I think that we can throw out all those scenarios, but improving the league and challenge, win a trophy, go deep into the Champions League, and I would like to see the football be better. And I'll make the football being better more tangible. I want to see less goals conceded, and I want to see more goals scored. 10%, 20% increase on goals scored, 10% decrease on goals conceded. I'll make mine very, very tangible so it's easy to kind of assess it. Give it to Mickey. Says, you both know as long as he finishes top 4, the Glazers will keep him forever, even with no trophies. And then if you see, again, sorry, Case, if that's true, then I don't believe the structure of the club has changed. Therefore, I don't care who the manager is. That tells me that the standards haven't gone up. And if the standards haven't gone up, every manager will fail. Because if the club don't have the standards to win, they're not going to continually operate in a way to win. And that should be our focus as fans, not who the manager is. You know, having a one summer where we act like we want to be champions of England and champions of Europe again isn't enough. You have to have that mindset like Chelsea, like City, like Barca, like Real Madrid, like Bayern Munich do almost continuously every year. Every year they want to be the best team. If we don't operate like that, if we're happy just to come forth, who the manager is almost inconsequential to me. I care about the board and the people that set the standards. No more key stage 1 analysis from me. Serious question. Why has this process happened under no manager we have had since Fergie? The fact is every manager since has probably been better than Ole, but have they had the love of for the club? Dan, I think that's part of it. It's love for the club. Ole looks at the club in a different way. Ole, of course, it's just what you're there to do. I think, Jose's a short-term manager for everybody. He comes in, wants to win in the here and now. Did LVG ever plan to want to be here for 10, 12 years and build something? No. I also think what also happened as well is the biggest mistake we made with those first 3 appointments. We believed we could just operate like Fergie did, where Fergie controlled everything. It just didn't work saying to LVG, listen, you can run everything. Everything's in your power. If you want to change how we scout, if you want to change where everyone eats their dinner, if you want to change the recruitment policies, if you want to change anything, you can say who comes and goes. It doesn't work anymore in football. The Fergie Wenger approach has died away. You need a club structure that operates in a club way, irrespective of who the manager is. And we got it wrong. So it wasn't so much an Ole versus those managers. When Ole's come in, I think Ole has helped them to realize it needs to be run in a way where it doesn't matter if I'm here. It doesn't matter if Ancelotti's here, if Zidane is here. That 85% of the running day to day remains the same, irrespective of who the manager is. That's how winning is done. That's how, by the way, like I'll give you an example. Great companies like, say, Apple. I know they've got, they ain't going to, if they suddenly a new MD comes in, they're not going to suddenly change the whole way the company operates because of a change in management. There will be a large element of continuity at all times with some changes here and there. And if they do change it, change comes slowly. If you just change the way the world operates straight away, there's too much kickback even internally. Never works. Let's do a few more of these super chats here. I've already had this one that's come through. I didn't miss. There was another one I just missed here. From Mario, that says, any United fans who think this is a good thing renewing Ole's contract for achieving nothing are deluded. No other big club would have done this. It's penny pinching is what Mario thinks. And do you know what, bro? I'm not going to shoot down that opinion. I totally understand where it comes from. And that's the part of me that's sad that thinks that. That's the part of me that thinks, I'm not happy with this. The proof will be in the pudding at the end of this season. I still think another 12 months of cementing these processes are in place. If he only comes top 4 and wins no trophies next year, and it's deemed as a success, then I'm 100% in your camp. And I don't think we've changed our approach as a football club. Because when you build this new process, the idea is that you challenge every year and you win every year. Otherwise, you have to look at new management. If we're not doing that, then we haven't cemented it to the degree we want. And our focus should then go back to attacking the way we run as a football club. That's just my view. That's just my view, bro. Cage, I appreciate you coming on, mate, and having your say. Everyone, it's 2 back-to-back streams this morning because of this news. Make sure you do me a favor and smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Ollie has got his new deal. Actually, Deshane has come here. Sorry, Dinesh has come with a chat saying, morning, Terry. Love the WhatsApp group. KJ, can you join the group? Or the notification group? Oh, you mean the Legends and Superfan group? I can add KJ to it if KJ wants to be added as he's there doing his thing. So there we go. There we go. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again